Today I'm going to show you how to make a mocktail and a cocktail. For the non-drinkers that are among us today, I'm going to make a sparkling strawberry guava punch. We're going to start by making a strawberry puree. You'll want to get a quart of fresh strawberries and pull out a few small ones to use as garnish later. We're going to hull our strawberries and blend them up. Hulling the strawberries basically means removing the green and the white part at the very top of the strawberry. And then just cut it in half or in quarters if it's a big strawberry. Once your blender is about 2/3 of the way full, we're just going to add a little bit of water so that everything can blend up. I used about 1/4 cup. Put the lid on and blend until it's pureed. Now, we can set the rest of our strawberries aside and add this to our pitcher. It already smells so good. I love strawberries. Now we're going to add to our strawberry puree 16 ounces of guava nectar. You can find guava nectar in the juice aisle or in the international section of some grocery stores. Then we're going to add some sparkle with this sparkling pink lemonade. This punch would be equally good with a little champagne. Woo. So now we're going to take a bottle of our sparkling pink lemonade and add that to the mix. This is just going to give it some sparkle, some fizz, and accentuate the lovely pink color of the strawberry puree. Last but not least, we're going to add a squeeze of fresh lime juice. Give your limes a roll on a hard surface to bring out some of the juices and make them easier to squeeze. Give it a stir, and our punch is ready. So I'm going to add a strawberry that I'm going to cut halfway up and place on the rim of the glass, and then a slice of lime. This can be served in a punch bowl or in a pitcher, but it's pretty delicious. So we're going to set this aside, and now it's time to make a cocktail. For our Tiki party, we created a cocktail called the Bird of Paradise. It has dark rum, Aperol, and some tropical juices in it. The first thing we're going to want to do is get a cocktail shaker and put some ice in it. Add to your cocktail shaker 2 ounces of dark rum. I'm using dark rum because it's classic for Tiki drinks, but if you prefer a white rum, you can definitely swap it out. Now I'm adding 2 ounces of Aperol. Aperol is an aperitif liqueur. It has a bitterness to it that offsets the sweet tropical flavors in our fruit. Plus, it's a lovely coral color. Now you're going to add about 8 ounces of fresh pineapple juice. If you can't get fresh pineapple juice, jarred is okay. Put the lid to your shaker on and give it a good shake to chill. Now you just want to strain into your cocktail glasses. Leave some room at the top, so we're going to top it off with some sparkling water and a little grenadine. Add a splash of sparkling water for a little fizzle and a splash of grenadine for a little extra sweetness. Last but not least, squeeze of blood orange juice and a wedge of blood orange for garnish.
Hey guys, this is Maria Antoinette, and I am super excited to be here with you on HGTV Handmade. Today I'm going to be sharing one of my favorite adult beverages, the spicy mango margarita. Here's what you're going to need to make this drink. You're going to need about a handful of ice cubes, 1 cup of freshly diced mangoes, a cup of orange juice, some wedges of limes, triple sec hot sauce, of course tequila, and 2 tablespoons of lime juice. And for your rim, we're going to garnish it with chili powder and sea salt. All right, so before I start the drink, I really like to get my glass garnish set up and ready to go. So I'm going to take a little bit of my chili powder, just sprinkle it all over the plate. You want to make it deep enough so that you can actually see it on the rim. And then we're going to do the same thing with our sea salt. All right, with that done, we're going to set that out the way and get the drink mixed. We're going to add in 1 cup of freshly chopped mangoes, 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lime juice, a handful of ice cubes, a cup of orange juice, 2 tablespoons of triple sec, and last but certainly not least, we're gonna do 3 ounces of tequila. Before I turn on the blender, if you would like to make this a mocktail, omit the triple sec in the tequila and add your favorite lemon lime soda. All right, let's get it going. That looks perfect. All right, let's get this glass garnished. I'm gonna take a wedge of lime and I'm just going to rub it around the rim of the glass. The lime is gonna act like your adhesive and make the chili powder and sea salt stick. Now, if you don't like chili powder, you can definitely just use salt. You can even use sugar because it's a mango drink. How gorgeous is this drink? Let me give this a little taste. Now that's a good drink.
First drink I'm gonna make is called a Magic Hour cocktail. Marianne actually made this a couple summers ago. She made it as a big batch cocktail in a pitcher for a party. Today, I'm gonna test it in my French press by making just a 2-serving drink. Let's get started. So 4 ounces of gin. I just recently started liking gin. One of the first drinks I ever had was straight gin, and it was terrible, just tasted like a pine tree, but I have recently discovered how refreshing it is and what good mixed drinks it makes. This is Aperol. This is a famous drink in the Italian Riviera. It's called an Aperol Spritz. It's an orangey, kind of herby, a little bit of vanilla flavored. Aperol Spritz is Aperol and champagne or Prosecco, and it is delicious and it screams summer. 2 ounces of Aperol. You're gonna add some strawberries. I'm just gonna add a few spoonfuls. All right, that looks good. Okay. I'm gonna add some of my mini cucumbers. I think these are so cute. Really fresh, crisp taste. I'm gonna squeeze some orange. I cut an orange in half and then in half again. So I'm just gonna use half an orange. It's fresh mint and my neighbor so kindly let me pick. I'm just gonna use 2 big sprigs. One more, it smells so good. Okay, so we have that in our French press. Now, I wanna muddle this together, which means kind of breaking up the fruit in the alcohol. I'm gonna let that sit for about 15 to 30 minutes just to let all of that infuse into that alcohol, and I'll be back. Okay guys, that looks fantastic, smells fantastic. The next step, I'm just gonna add some lemonade to fill up the French press. Now the fun part, fit it onto your press. And we are gonna push down, if you can see. So then you have all of your solids at the bottom and all of your liquid is strained up in the top. What a pretty color. I have filled my glass with ice. I'm gonna leave a little room at the top. I actually wanna add some sparkling lemonade. And the last step is I'm going to garnish it. I'm just gonna use 1 of our little cucumber pieces. I'm gonna skewer it on this pick. I'm gonna choose 1 little strawberry, set that down on my cup, and that's it. Next up, we are going to make sangria. Typically, sangria is a Spanish drink made with red wine and fruit, but because it's warmer outside, I wanna use a more refreshing drink, so today I'm going to use rosé. To get started, we are going to use strawberries that I'm just gonna quarter up and throw in the bottom. We're gonna use about a cup of strawberries. The riper, the sweeter it's gonna be. Feel free to add sweetener, some agave or simple syrup, but because my berries are so ripe, I think it's gonna be plenty sweet. Now I'm gonna add about half a cup of raspberries. And last, some basil. My basil has been going crazy in my kitchen. And I love to add it to something unexpected like this drink. Besides just typical Italian food, it adds such wonderful flavor to other things. So just like the last one, we're gonna use my muddler. You can use anything. You can use a spoon, you can use a fork, a potato masher, an actual bar muddler. I just happen to be partial to this one. Like I said, I use it in the kitchen for a lot of different things. Now, all I'm gonna do is add an entire bottle of chilled rosé. I think it'll fit. Awesome. I'm gonna go stick this in the refrigerator for as long as possible, at least a couple of hours for those flavors to really kind of meld together. So I've been letting this chill in the refrigerator for about 2 hours, and now we are ready to strain it. I said typically in sangria, you drink it with the fruit floating in it because boozy fruit, delicious. But with these berries, I really think I'm gonna prefer it this way. A lot of what's down there is just the seeds from the strawberries and raspberries. And I don't really want to drink those anyway. I just want the sweetness from the fruit. And you don't need ice for this one unless you really want it, but it's already been chilling in the refrigerator, so it is nice and cold already. Looks good. Oh, it's delicious. The flavor that basil brings out in those berries, such a great combination. I think that honestly, this French press will definitely be my new way to make sangria. Last up is agua fresca. That is Spanish for fresh water. It's a non-alcoholic refreshing beverage that is basically water infused with ripe fresh fruit, cereal, seeds, and even flowers. Today, I'm gonna do watermelon because I got a really ripe one. All we're gonna do is start with some watermelon chunks in the bottom of our press. Now, this is a seedless watermelon, but you know, they always still have some of those little white seeds. So again, a press is a wonderful way to get those out. Now I'm going to juice a whole lime. And I'm also gonna throw in just some lime pieces. And last, some more mint sprigs. All right, again, with this trusty guy, I'm just gonna break up some of the watermelon, lime and mint. That looks pretty good. Now I'm just gonna use some cold filtered water to fill up my press. I'm just gonna plunge this down. Oh, it's the perfect watermelon color. Perfect, it is truly watermelon with no seeds. I'm gonna garnish this with a lime wedge and a straw. Oh, you guys, summer in a glass.